Dinosaurs ruled the Earth for over 165 million years. There were many theropods throughout the Mesozoic era that were extremely formidable. We've picked 72 that dominate the others. In this show, we will talk about these dangerous animals, including when they lived, what they ate, their weaponry, and how humans would fare if these creatures were still alive. From the tyrant lizard king, to the lord of the lizard eaters, to the meat-eating bull, this is 72 Dangerous Animals Prehistory.
Lithonax grew up to 30 feet long and weighed up to 5,500 pounds. It lived 81.9 to 81.5 million years ago in North America.
Lithonax was a large, heavily built tyrannosaur from the late Cretaceous period. Its name meant the king of gore. The king part was a reference to its relative Tyrannosaurus rex, and the gore part was a reference to Lithonax's face being covered in blood after killing and eating its prey. It had small arms with 2 fingers on each hand and powerful legs. As with other tyrannosaurs, Lithonax had a large head proportionate to a body size. It used its large head to inflict damage to prey rather than using its arms or legs like some other theropods. The back of Lithonax's skull was much wider than the front, giving it binocular vision, a sign of a true predator. Just like Tyrannosaurus, Lithonax had a U-shaped snout. This gave it a larger bite. Lithonax had fewer teeth than other tyrannosaurs. The largest of its teeth were 5 inches long. Its teeth were shaped like bananas and serrated. Lithonax was discovered in Utah in 2009 after a member of the Bureau of Labor Management came across the leg and nasal bone of this theropod. Lithonax likely had feathers. It was both a pursuit predator and ambush hunter. Lithonax fed on hadrosaurs, ceratopsians, ankylosaurs, and pachycephalosaurs. Lithonax could likely run at speeds of around 20 miles per hour. It could brutally end you with one bite from its bone-crushing jaws.
Lithonax takes first place for now. Up next, a giant raptor. A kilobator grew up to 20 feet long and weighed up to 770 pounds. It lived 96 to 89 million years ago in Mongolia. A kilobator, the Achilles hero, was a large dromaeosaur from the late Cretaceous period. It had a robust and muscular build, which is uncommon among dromaeosaurs. Like other dromaeosaurs, a kilobator had a large, sickle-shaped claw on the second toe of each foot, which was likely used for hunting and combat. Its skull was equipped with sharp teeth, suitable for a carnivorous diet. A kilobator likely preyed on other dinosaurs and possibly smaller animals within its ecosystem. It was bipedal, moving primarily on its hind legs and running at speeds of up to 25 miles per hour. It could not maintain its top speed for long. The strong, sickle-shaped claws suggest it was an active predator, possibly ambushing prey. A kilobator is thought to have been highly intelligent with good problem-solving abilities and complex behaviors. The discovery of a kilobator was useful in helping paleontologists understand dromaeosaur diversity and evolution in Asia. A kilobator was one of the apex predators in its environment. Its large size, speed, and strength would allow it to chase you down, tackle you, and kill you quickly. A kilobator is a close match for Lithonax. They could both quickly catch you and kill you. A kilobator is faster, but they're both faster than the average human, rendering that advantage useless. Due to Lithonax's powerful bite and massive teeth, it overpowers a kilobator. A kilobator takes second. Incoming, another massive raptor. Ostroraptor grew up to 22 feet long and weighed up to 660 pounds. It lived 72.4 to 65 million years ago in Argentina. Ostroraptor, the southern thief, was another large dromaeosaur from the late Cretaceous period. It had a relatively long and low skull compared to other dromaeosaurs, with smaller, more conical teeth. This resembles crocodilians or spinosaurs and suggests a different feeding strategy than other dromaeosaurs. While its exact diet is not definitively known, the shape of its teeth suggests it may have eaten fish or other small to medium-sized animals. Its forelimbs were shorter than those of other dromaeosaurs, with comparatively longer hind limbs. This indicates that it was adapted for running, or possibly swimming. The combination of its large size, long skull, and short forelimbs make Ostroraptor unique among its relatives. Ostroraptor lived in a region that was part of the ancient southern landmass of Gondwana. The environment was likely diverse with rivers, floodplains, and coastal areas. Ostroraptor has been estimated to have run at speeds of up to 23 miles per hour. While it was likely a fish eater, Ostroraptor still could easily kill a human using its teeth and sickle claws. Since Ostroraptor was likely a piscivore, it takes third. It was still large and dangerous, but no match for our other contestants. Lythronax still holds strong in first. Here comes the largest raptor of all time. Utahraptor grew up to 23 feet long and weighed up to 1,100 pounds. It lived 139 to 134.6 million years ago in the state of Utah. Utahraptor was the largest dromaeosaur to walk the earth and lived in the early Cretaceous period. It was heavily built and had an elongated head and jaws equipped with small serrated teeth. While feathers may have not been preserved in association with Utahraptor fossils, there is strong phylogenetic evidence that all dromaeosaurs had feathers. Utahraptor's hands had claws more specialized to be used as weapons than other dromaeosaurs. Utahraptor's hand claws were 10 inches long and could have been used as cutting blades for slicing through flesh of its prey. Its feet were equipped with 15-inch sickle claws on each of its second toes. While other dromaeosaurs used their hands to hold on to their prey for balance while slashing with their feet, Utahraptor had strong enough legs to balance on one while kicking and used both of its hands for shredding its prey. It wouldn't have had to worry about losing its balance due to its heavily built frame. A single kick from Utahraptor's mighty legs would have killed smaller prey instantly and significantly wounded larger prey. Multiple kicks and slashes from its hands would have quickly taken out any target. Additionally, it likely used its jaws to deliver fatal wounds to the necks of its prey. In 2005, a 9-ton block of sandstone was discovered in eastern Utah that contains at least 24 Utahraptor individuals and 2 iguanodonts. The iguanodont became trapped in quicksand and was then attacked by a family of Utahraptors, including 1 adult, 10 juveniles, and 3 babies. The rest of the pack still buried in the block, yet to be recovered. The Utahraptors became trapped in the quicksand just like the iguanodonts and died. This provides evidence that Utahraptor was likely a pack hunter that hunted within family groups. Utahraptor could run at speeds of up to 35 miles per hour, though not for long. Utahraptor was likely an ambush hunter and would have targeted iguanodonts, ankylosaurs, therizinosaurs, and sauropods as its prey. What's really impressive is that Utahraptor hunted and killed the largest sauropods in its habitat at up to 66 feet long. This monstrous pack-hunting dinosaur had all the right weaponry to quickly erase you from existence. You wouldn't stand a chance against the jaws and claws from this dromaeosaur. Utahraptor had the weaponry to destroy ankylosaurs and sauropods. Humans would stand no chance. It could lunge from the shadows and tackle you, ripping you apart with all 4 of its limbs and its teeth. You wouldn't last 5 seconds in a Utahraptor attack. Utahraptor rockets to first place, pushing Lythronax to second, Achillibator to third, and Ostroraptor to fourth. Next up, the mysterious Spinosaurus. Ostroraptor grew from 28 to 33 feet long and weighed up to 2,540 pounds. It lived 152.1 to 145 million years ago in Tanzania. Ostroraptor, the East African lizard, was a large theropod from the late Jurassic period. Ostroraptor was described based on fossil teeth found in the Tendaguru Formation in Tanzania. Ostroraptor is classified within the Spinosauridae family. However, the classification is primarily based on dental characteristics, as more complete skeletal remains have not been found. The teeth of Ostroraptor are robust with coarse serrations, which distinguish them from other theropods. These teeth suggest that it had a diet similar to other spinosaurids that likely included fish and possibly other small animals. During the late Jurassic, the region where Ostroraptor lived was a coastal environment with a mix of marine and terrestrial ecosystems. This would have provided a rich habitat for a semi-aquatic predator like Ostroraptor. The discovery of Ostroraptor showed paleontologists that spinosaurids were already diverse and widespread by the late Jurassic. As a spinosaurid, Ostroraptor would have had large claws on its hands that would have been dangerous weapons. Along with its teeth, these claws could be used to kill you quickly. Ostroraptor was similar to Suchomimus in that it had massive claws to rip its prey apart with. A human would be killed quickly and brutally, being torn to pieces and swallowed. Ostroraptor is still no match for Utahraptor's toolset. It takes second, pushing Lithonax to third, Achillibator to fourth, and Ostroraptor to fifth. Incoming, a theropod thought to be a crocodile for over 100 years. Streptosaurus grew up to 23 feet long and weighed up to 1,100 pounds. It lived 161 million years ago in France. Streptosaurus, the reversed vertebrae, was a medium-sized theropod from the Middle Jurassic period. It was first described in 1832, making it one of the earliest named dinosaurs. It is known from partial skeletal remains, including vertebrae, pelvic bones, and some limb bones. Its classification has been somewhat contentious over the years, with various paleontologists placing it in different theropod groups. Initially, it was classified as a megalosaurid, but more recent studies suggest it may belong to a more basal group of theropods, possibly within the clade Tetanurae. Streptosaurus got the name reversed vertebrae from the unique pattern of its skeleton's articulation. Since this was one of the earliest discovered dinosaurs, research on Streptosaurus helped lay the groundwork for the study of prehistoric life and the understanding of extinct reptiles. During the Middle Jurassic, the region that is now France was a coastal environment with a rich diversity of marine and terrestrial life. Streptosaurus would have been one of the apex predators in its ecosystem, preying on smaller dinosaurs, reptiles, and potentially even fish or other marine creatures given its proximity to the coast. Streptosaurus was more than capable of using its weaponry to take you out. Streptosaurus is no match for our other competitors. It still beats Ostroraptor due to the piscivory issue, taking 5th. Ostroraptor moves to 6th. Ostroraptor finishes in 2nd, Lithonax in 3rd, and Achillibator in 4th. Utahraptor wins the episode and moves on to our finalists. Next episode on 72 Dangerous Animals Prehistory, the Giant Thief, the Alarming Lizard, and the Different Branch. In Jurassic Park, the species of velociraptor used was Velociraptor anterhopus. The velociraptors in Jurassic Park were much larger than the real thing and said to be Deinonychus in all but name. Deinonychus's full scientific name is Deinonychus anterhopus. However, what you didn't know is that Deinonychus was at one point classified as a species of velociraptor, meaning Deinonychus was originally named Velociraptor anterhopus, and thus, Jurassic Park's velociraptors and Deinonychus are the exact same species.
In each episode, we will rank the creatures from 1 to 6 on a scale of how potentially dangerous these creatures would be to humans, and the winner of each episode will showdown with the other 11 finalists in the season finale to decide on which prehistoric creature was the ultimate human killing machine.